Right, good morning. Na nibwana onto bakwira ite na mbere kwatanira na baturukero ruari kimubango yako kiana thainende abran kwithirete ngio kwikaira wirane tukitha tukara kia na SALESIO THURANIRA ora kinyani mutheteri wa KIOTO kia mwingi na kwa mantu mwanya yarethirite yagita na mbere ande ni andeguro ya Kenya na kinya kwa ile mantu ye KIOTO taking into account that the Supreme Court ni rombete kwithira ikongwera miaka 12 and kweoro na kwimiario the president arombere kwithira ikakie koneka maybe ni kunyilia koti or something of this sort. But mbere bro, thank you so much SALESIO kwa find time kwa ya.
Yeah, thank you.
Okwanda mbura ni rambiriri.
Mbura ne utukwera urire. Now we must be very careful mbere tuga twita tukande. Okwana kwaroka kwara. It's unpredictable.
Very unpredictable.
But Kwanda ni ndone kura at least for 7 days. We don't pomba kuwa for sure I can.
But generally you're fine.
I'm fine.
Ngwete kia no we follow up to speed mantera kwithira kiendelea tukioro Supreme Court ibarethirite by kongora 12 years na the president na haraikirie miambo yoko na niaka kwira the judiciary to keep off kanere kanena manto ya thirikari. What's your take on this?
I think President Mbere mampamba nkedia mumia.
Yeah, sure.
Tamu kedia na rakunde romete guturaithiria rukirwa na arua. Mwere ni mbui nta change kibao nta change rietwa orere na turiongogiene gukomboa Meru County na inya Kenya yetu. Akimigambo ire president yegora mbuge that's a political statement. It's not binded anywhere in law na ena right ya make such a political statement. Ukirikana kikatiba twina sheria itagwa separation of powers ati judiciary ne bati kurita nguge etego interfere na nguge ya legislature na etego interfere na nguge ya executive the same legislature nayo ne bati kurita nguge ya etego interfere na nguge ya judiciary kana executive. So kwina that rule it's always there etagwa separation of powers nengweti kichara emphasize mono lakini agechi emphasize na we iketho ena overtone ya kuona ni sometimes orders iria judiciary there ekimekaga especially the high court na court of appeal twetete mwanka mostly we affectagwa from the high court na court of appeal orders iria cietho ikeja nagwa they are not comfortable with them. But also the executive na legislature must be comfortable na orders iri konenkanirwo ni the courts, the judiciary no tunabo ngogea oba kuthira ate bakurita. So I think ukimeteka from a political side of view akugeria go suppress lakini from a legal point of view there is that rule separation of powers na it has no harm.
While he was there as the president of the Republic of Kenya, do you think kuna any ripple effect came ambo ya ikionto well kuna court all the way mwankake the majesty the lowest courts don't you think agambithania bau baithirite iba kwa the president somehow atearaz Ruto arearaz the president mambere ki as much as maybe totero boto withia neutral go down mwankake court ichi and the Buruna maybe eka interpreted in a different way altogether.
Ango choki 2017 was it 2017? Yes. Dato aringera kura maita ija dato?
Yes. Yeah.
Walikana bagweta ba sindogo twika that was Uhuru na Ruto.
Yes.
Ne court of appeal watwika kithurano gichokero kaire. At that time twari gitare ya Justice Maraga. Yes. Walikana the first words chia Uhuru augere what? We shall revisit
exactly.
Okataka from the that historical point of view waziri autekio chi affecting ngugia judiciary up to date now tell visiting badithia and simply there is that rule of separation of powers no te uomba kuthithia politically I interfere with the running of the judiciary and system equiran system na leadership yao na system ina mawatho actually pengine buganto batamenya kuna mawatho jara kuna act ya Judicial Service Commission kwena act ya Supreme Court ile gaida Supreme Court kwena act ile ko bagaidi be bonde to the judges, magistrate plus the lawyers. So in it's an institution of its own kind, a land by its own rules and in independence. So ntegwetike affecting. Anyway, from that political perspective, we shall revisit. Nothing happened.
Sure.
Yes.
Na Thuranira, when we there, one of key figures nyake maandamano. Nkumenya utaura maandamano ne. Nyake there atio kusika nkumenya otiro kulukira. Mbere Northern P Geoffrey Ruko. Na nedrite aiso voko nyake mantu ingi impeachment Gachagua. Manto ya finance bill 2024 na reso voko na kwe bill ainotha hii ya ko ahili manto ya protest na weka regulations ya protest but even before we get into the nitty-gritties of maendeleo yake demonstrations kana protest in where are they embedded in the constitution na ichetekerete up to what level?
Thank you so much Kioreke Kithongi. Number one, buge sheria yetu inacho Kenya itethachire in isolation. Na nyakatiba ya Kenya ite in isolation. Sheria buildagwa from first of all the international laws. We have the universal human rights. Tumakire utokeja kire Africa. We have the African Human Rights Charter. Omakire utoina ya East Africa. Na ichi on the kibildi katiba ne bolo ite from them. Na oeja tu na the whole chapter ya Bill of Rights ke katiba yetu. Na this Bill of Rights kana rights ichi ti privilege. They are not privilege.
They are rights.
These are rights. They are not donatable. Ichi ti rights chekuga kwe mtu omba kurigeria ori onge ku exercise rights ichi. Na ti rights omba kuga wakatela na kuleta sheria ingi. They are so much unique that ote sheria omba gochi affect na any other sheria omba kuja contrary to them. From the first move ibati kuthuro kegojaga na ekethirwa ere kuri untu bakurigarania tuonete kothono iko but nije mbere magisheria lazima cheje for public participation. Na gintu kiria Ruko, I'm sorry rito Ruko no robati kunangwa na rugaturangwa Mheshimiwa Ruko gintu kiria akogeria na sheria ira muno kana right ira muno akogeria ku affect igi katiba ya article 37 na article 19 cha picketing cha protest. Those rights are explicit. Na kiria ndengero amba arethithia ti kureta sheria ni ontoretwa assemblies and demonstration bill of 2024. Kwena every article kana article ira nyingi ndene katiba ichieja elaborated ne acts sheria. Na kwena sheria area nayo ikuthithia operationalization ya article 19 na article 37. The Picketing Act. I think what he should have done abati gweta ki that act akaromba amendments kireo anto akureta whole thing it contradict another act. Na kiongo kwera I know from the civil society organizations this something will be challenged in court. Na challenge in court it will go down. Nkwera wende kanorege ikagwa. It is contrary to the rights, to the human rights. It totally. Na ogatega kiria kogeria nyagu introduce na gotunyinya body sinya.
Yeah.
Nonto arienda ku create an office ya officer oroga control aga demonstrations. What's the hell? How do you control the demonstrations? These are rights Chakochi express. Na nkuri menya ingotaka nkona I don't know nare arathuga na iriare akiandika I come up with this bill and most likely the impeachment motion ire ya Mutuse etagwa Mutuse kana etagwa ura gwatuika to andikite anenkeri a present rukomba kuthro anenkeri a present but otiomba ko curtail those rights ni onto number one kiria kwetha kwena demonstrations na picketing anti-bandika petitions to present to the relevant bodies either kwa ofisi ya county assembly, ofisi ya governor, ofisi ya MP, ofisi ya national assembly ofisi ya president antu iba presentaga memorandums kana petitions kimandikithia jamanto jaraba ku bayinyirikite ijo so ugatega proposals tiawe aluga those areas are not gone zone areas egitara picketing then ni atende mwananchi akomba kukinyia malalamiko jawe to those bodies ikiongo kwera ina kasoro na ina nene mononi onto
the same bill bwana Salesio na kudira kiwa kudira kwena regulating officers with powers to cancel planned protest. Does it mean officers, but definitely they must be most probably employees by the Rikari. Do you think if this bill has to pass, just in case kutenda kwena protest onto kwena ofisa yake Rikari aina powers ya kuwa maandamano yaya tendelea?
Na number 2 kirijo parameter iriko umbotumira uga maandamano jo jakathuka jatendere ote parameters aranenkanira ote chianenkanirite officer ou kenda uga maandamano jatenderea aja katel i parameters iriko kana imesha iriko akethro atagete athithia diagnosis ya those protest so imuntu tu kunenkero powers kenda gutuika gote maandamano jakathithagua no to akaja kwa two direction from the government na anenkero directions akero maandamano jo jakathithia te jakarikika na ugatega ni this is an afterthought ya maandamano jara rio Gen Z especially on the finance bill ya regero 2024 na no gutega kwa ni bakwenda ko introduce in another na mirango nyuma in another different version. So I think the Rikari ni so much worried na ni ukira this protest ili kumira itakuwa funded, itakuwa directed, itakuwa mobilized ni politicians. Mwananchi wengwa. So the government is in fear of being number 1 overthrown. Number 2 protest hii chikiumira chime make very unpopular. Na nkwere ouba koja na sheria eu. It is still making the government unpopular. It's still making the government iteko figure out the inacha mwananchi ririo. I think mheshimiwa Rukumbereja na bileje barinda ambago choka nyuma patagera issues ira mbere miko affect mwananchi. Niko tuma mwananchi a call for protest. Nonto jan daktari reabo treat murimo ate tritaga ke signs. Na bati kutaga monka the cause.
Yes.
So Ruko na other legislatures ibabati kwa mbotega what are the causes cha protest iriko diviata iko emerge. They deal with those issues. Okarika na president on Sunday he was narari kanisena. Kenda wetikia fear is no longer with the people. Pastor akeunjia ugirata pepo ntitonya nkoroki yao. There is that legislature. Akiaria amwere openly. That lady amwere openly na clearly. Sha chief iteotedi na ite popular ke mwananchi ibabati kuchoka kaire to the drawing board. I think each issues ire thirikari na legislatures babati kwethirwa mberemba betekaga bakeja na ntaira cha guitangira antu akwamberia kuja na sheria cha kandamiza mwananchi. That's a draconian bill cha ukandamiza mwananchi atike express the nation. Yes.
Perfectly. Okwetro KIOTO ntoma maana na huwa most probably Ruko tena bile kuma ya maandamano ya Gen Z ya rabudetwe. Could it be a plan maudho ya kana bile ya dirai kuruka kwa paretenende finance bill baina confidence that otima maandamano ya kabudho because there is a law?
Definitely. Thirikari me manto jara ugatagore kubanga ire turetera to issues tura mbere ma tukakava metho jetu bakitho kwi manto jange bakuthithia behind the curtains patagete mieri miaka iri thatu ina iri keja. That could be a leeway probably tumere probability could be a probable leeway ya kuja ku reintroduce the finance bill iri eregerwe sheria je yambi ya nante kona ekuruka. I'm very sure.
No ayata koti.
Number 1 mbere ma lazima igata public participation. Na ukarika na mbere nyaba badithia this sheria egitarire is it the ya kwi nini age ya ni SHA kana ni no
ya term limits
no term limit term limits ita kuruka itirete nya the first reading ni ya housing levy ibetre akina nani omtata ibamikirie court court of appeal high court ya konkana the petitioners thirikari yeta court of appeal ya sikizana na petitioners bachoka beta Supreme Court ya wa clean bill of health
the government
but there is a recommendation Supreme Court judges by Janire that that the National Assembly ne but come very fast bakeja with a clear act ya public participation ya guide public participation nonto gwekara maoni jara maingi mwananchi ikagia for public participation jateja considered either gwa just an exercise ya kuona ni kwa thithikire public participation but what is the purpose of public participation maoni jara jajo kware ija iko jabati kwa included kana kuregewa kana ku rejecto na ibaje iko jabati ku accepted it's not clear ato thithige to public participation just as a formality tigento kenge na Supreme Court ni rule na area recommendation very clear that the National Assembly should go back to the drawing board as soon as possible bejena an act ku guide public participation so ikeja ukaire maybe ikeja public participation na karegerwa na inya mono na nkwire karegerwa na demonstrations o ira bakwenda gukatele ikare na maandamano jijo mbakuthunya je was nkorokie jara ja finance bill
on the same breath mantoege public participation you realize apart from manto yamwe yarama ngithirikari buthakia kutena public participation na nyake thira iko itithera ikiarerwa muno kana kawiga kwa tu okwena public participation na kinyanto bati kinya wingi do you think the government buthakia public participation in accordance to kiraba kwenda kithira kikinga kwa onto ya kwebelwa kwa gashagwa gitine ya buthito bunene but ukona maoni yarama ingi ya ukinya yara the government kwenda do you think kwena njirengi inja ya kuwithia public participation kana no gatutu etikiria the outcomes
no we should not accept the outcomes na ndiraja kaire muno aja ujo mibango ne different issues cha public participation na nyoka chitaga even in our county although our county assembly I applaud them nonto iba make changes so ogataga igitara bakuthia public participation na notice chia thitho chia National Assembly na chia Senate turaga twita KICC Senator konda muthurira mbika ya KICC kana ni andetaira the same case with MPs 291 constituencies turaga twita KICC kana bomas twathurire MP betu kenda batujukairia maoni nare ora kana iba tujukairia maoni so I think bakithithia act ya kana bill ya public participation model ila ndingiromba and I think it has been discussed by most civil society organizations ni kwithirwa ibati kuretwa ki mwananchi kotho yogo MP to your constituency level ukaigwa sauti ya antu bara bakuringire kuro eto ba represent National Assembly uria bakuga the same case jake county level we have a nice bill by the way Meru County Public Participation Bill ya 2016 if I'm not wrong and I would wish but take model yo bone uria ya ele fashion uria ya ele drafted actually yugaga there are various types of public participation tere ake an open barasa open forum okay kwena inya nyugete kubati kutha kwena chitagwa buketho bwena sector groups buka discuss the content of the paper buka andika your recommendations
as a group
bugaikia na boy timeline cha gwita through that document so niugete nya kubati kutha kwena forum chia governor wengwa ageta kirianto bakaraniria nanto akaigwa maoni jae nyugete kubati kutha kwena obici ijericha public participation obici ya executive na obici ya county assembly. But are they in operation? They are not in operation. Ichi eja go budget, they are never budgeted for. Na ichi bati kwa budgeted for kende one of the purposes kulingana na act in a public participation act ya Meru County, one of the issue nini nene yao ni ku carry out civic education on some of the policies na inya bili gakoroka act gakoroka okoria wananchi ore kuga batu mboko. But who is responsible to disseminate that national level? Kutho kwena a public participation officer kana office ya executive ya senate na yambi ya national assembly kienda bomba ko disseminate this information to the constituency levels na betho bena replica ya obici you at the county levels, at the constituency levels, at the constituency levels ou yomba kuthura igiassist far and wide wajin at the county level na inkwani ba changelie mbere twetaga public participation at the constituency levels lakini andi ba changelie ba komba gwikia to the ward level no ni bati kuthura kari kenda mwananchi wengwa akinyirwa ni issue area iri at hand either through the MCAs or through the executive office.
Wow. In a little bit of politics now, away from the protest. So far, as an activist, how would you rate performance ya bunge? Tiba Meru, but Kenya as a whole then narrowed down Meru.
To what?
Have
to
they,
10 to 10 or to a percentage?
In a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being the highest.
I would give them 3.
Why not 10? Why not 7?
I'll give them 3. Nonto kuma bako jokia na bako dhuro. Kenyans antwa thina iria bathuriro beta ko handle to reduce achiongerekere. Come to Meru. Denda ombonie a single national project. Iria yete drummed up ne our MPs eja mboni nyemo inya president le de to ejeta Meru adida ya launching ya projects chia Uhuru
relaunch
actually it's a relaunch nothing new drikareji na MPs ba beto batromba go torobira even a single. I was watching a clip ya friend of mine mtoita wa Mwerekera from Tigania West.
Gikundi Mwerekera.
Yes. Akiara ya issues chia barabara chia Tigania West. And these are issues that are affecting mwananchi. Na kikyo MP athuriro. Funny enough, the other day to discuss the SHA. Na Sunday echo kwe bobe jete ko ritorita na kanisa ene. So father ugatwarikia misanto baktigero baritan. People walked out.
You included?
I walked out.
Why?
Number one, tukira wejete kunditana na ndidia na Antonia.
But SALESIO, the government, Project Zero Korea, maybe that is one of them.
That's nenko akwa ndo kuonia. Igintu nyagite kwereka, igintu gite utethia. Ankwire number one. Ugatega na baraba inge batathoma even this act. Yasha. Oramithoma?
No.
Oramiona?
Because I think the government eka implementari.
But like, no affect.
Yes.
Nego perfect.
Directly.
Number one, let me tell you nambere Meru. MP ojo ena package ya healthcare ya 10 million.
Yes.
Mwekuro ageta maternity it's 100,000 cover. Iria nenkeri. Kire model yetu kunenkero SHA. Ogo nujo teumba kwa treated at a level 2, level 3, level 4 hospital. Utiambete gwita K level 1 hospital. Either referral.
Yeah.
You cannot. Oterewa, itekorera. Maternity re gwikirwo 10,000. But at this age 10,000 mwekuromba gwita ko deliver ate na ikamukava. Can't. Ikiongo kuonia yani issues iria iko affect Mumero na Mukenya MPs betu batiromba go handle. Na I tend to think inya proposal baraba inge batamithomera active baraba inge batamithomera baringire tukura na bamikurukia because for them healthcare cover they are well covered for they are well catered for plus their families akajua atita level 1 ira tukwiro twite kenda tuthithirwa referral wageta US wageta South Africa ageta India direct so issues iricho to affect kebo iteko ba affect. That's why I'm rating them.
Do you think on the same health about referral do you think ingwe thirikari kana imobango thirikari ko reduce even congestion in level 4 and 5 hospitals bakwenda ende antu beta chibitari chande kware mania baitia uro?
Where do you put now the private hospitals, healthcare providers? It's a mess. Don't you know baka receive aje through referral system. Ote congestion bakogeria ko fight kana ko reduce nonto model eu ankwere right for healthcare. It's fundamental. No to mbago kuganaro I have a choice ya kuchwa sibitare ira kwenda gwita kwa treated for. Why should the government dictate? Mbembeta kerwa ka consulate hospital mpambembeta ka Wampongo dispensary kenda ntritero no gwatwika ka Wampongo ete on treat na ika Wampongo ete ne nyandawa so ika Wampongo ete na clinic officer inasi ureo in charge are more amperifaro kenda shana yoyo mbakolea. I think it's unthinkable thing. Yeah.
About performance the parliamentarians kwethirite kwina mendekeria kana ontobora wethirite bogiringa wande borene bo finance bill 2024 some of them MPs in their defense including one a number of them maybe from Meru who abona mbeche iraba mukaira ikongelo and through that ibamenya bakaumba kuleta maendeleo ya maingi to their constituents. Do you think that was a reason good enough betra ba imekuruka because let's agree ibare bare umekuruki president arere?
My friend, let me tell you one thing. Beti nyire Kenya kuthurania mbere ogoti. Inyi bakuro bakongero itiongereke it's on the paper. Let's face the reality. Iramba korea marando.
Actually, kiarete ko hit their targets.
Nete ko hit, notere hit the target by the way. Otere hit the target. Iramba gweta korea marando. Ugatega Beriga ko limit the consolidated fund to the counties 4 months ago. Counties itinambesa. That's number 1. Number 2, nyabongo in the national level. Mishara. Kuri yake mishara. Ya ritingoge ibachereri na mweri jomo. Tika counties ya ichereri na mieri national ibachereri na ambi na mweri jomo. Nunto mbere mambesa iri kwa generated iri amba kodidi atia Koreambi marando. So MPs beto inyachi yao cha CDF body beri go chionari bateri go chiona in this quote actually this quote nya bata receive beche cha CDF so I project ire ko badidhetie cha CDF at this quarter none nunto boy kutina mbesha so babati kwamba ko deal na issue ya economy mbere beja gutuira ba kuongera tax area na ba kuringira finance bill area kenda bongerwa mbecha chiao cha CDF ukongerwa mbecha ge CDF atia no tembecha irio cha kuongero it's just paper inyira nkaite kuonekana so in your critical situation area tori kutina money in circulation Phineas na eune ko affect the Kenyans eune ko affect Mumero na nonga MPs betu bambe ba choke to the drawing board pachwe ntaira ya uria bomba kuhandle na gutethia executive kuhandle issue ya economy mbere then we can talk of increasing the taxes we can talk of bakongerwa mbecha KCDF we can talk of bakongera mbecha it's ya revenue equal revenue share kiri the county levels but without that the rest of the work
kwethiro kera kamantri igyo kongela taxation are you for taxes chidire kyongela
ntakuga tax chido ikyongerago but kira babati karanthiguru on the drawing board iko chwa ko broaden base ya tax correction lakini ikatito at a reasonable level kenda bombo correct nyingi lakini ere narrowed streams tio correct tax ichoka ithiro ere high then batiomba correct na hit the target ere KRA iko na nkero. Yes,
perfect. Mantoyege the NGCDF imbeche chithirite china kana ikiara kwa bonene na kwethira nya kwina rendikithia that mbajira nyingi ke NGCDF kile abunge na kinya ke senate sorry na kinya ke women rep na kinya ithingi MCAs bethera bakiana as basari chechukuru na kwethira kwina the idea of how about we consolidate all this money and make education free. How possible is this?
No, it was done. It was done by the Senate. There is a friend of mine etagwa Laban from Nakuru. He wrote a petition. Actually na consulted and the MUTETERI, but he owned up the petition. We wrote it together, but he owned up the petition. I'll send you after this. Na it has scrapped from the next financial year. All those streams, tia bursaries, itethero irio. So but actually kile babati kuongera na kiandikithia yawe ikuongera capitation. Kenda education is very free. Na gutuika murito wonde in the primary and secondary level na ku access mbecha cia thirikari tori kunenka ro basari nto basari nenka nairo akimenyano na itethero equalize murito wonde lakini mbecha icio nthi gutumroa igitagwa basari igaikwa ke capitation in our primary and secondary schools murito wonde akomba ku access equal amount of money na akomba ku access that education. So that's the best model.
So but for the university na colleges kana tertiary levels batithira bakia mukarembire ingi.
No, for kiri yandikithia ria Laban riari na bo ba broaden issue ya help kenda yomba ku assist barabara college
help erorende na
squabbles. Squabbles era humanly created. Help ni arrange kamono. I think leba DMK bara ba miranaga bari no. It was perfect.
Yes.
Na okatega antu barabara ingi ba thomere through help na ni abatetherie no inayejere kuthukira. It's a human creation problem. Ibachoke basafishe ba clean up kenda help yomba gutethia. Nengwetikia ne ulaba na wage petition here. Na kurukiru Senate.
Okay, capitation ni uyethira maybe kiongela mbechira. Does it mean that omuritone ndia kethira kwina mbira riri doesn't regardless of maybe the school na kwiro kethira kiria kana how will it work?
Anko example ya TVETs. Kwa program ekorano thirikari ya TVET bariaga ngiri 3 ciotonya thirikari ya kurira au ange gwatuika yo gwichwira ari okurara na biaku bia kuria warikia for purposes graduation and other administrative work ukare ngiri 9. You get it?
Yeah.
So the same thing with this capitation gwatuika kuongero in the secondary and the primary school levels muciari ubatire kuthoke liaga mbecha cia pengine kugura mauku kana cia ku develop skuru area na chebia kuria inditi school fees na tuition money.
Na Salesio, we are human. Most MPs they always bank on NGCDF for their own benefits on tumbechi icha tumira kuinda takwere basari wendo andingira kura. Do you think bakira ontubu if that will be actualized kwethera ende mbira chyo kwethera ikwinia, do you think they'll take it lightly?
I know MPs will not take it lightly, but they must listen ke voice ya mwananchi na kila mwananchi yako.
Do they listen?
They really listen. But this time around they are going to force them. They have to but in a way out they have to listen to mwananchi nonto mbechi mbere mani ogoti bwetu bora tukurea.
Yeah.
That's the fact. Na itu tubatiko guide. Article 1 is very clear. Sovereign power of the people belongs to the people.
Belongs to the people.
Yeah. So babati go tuthikira ora tukwenda na ora tukwenda mbechi itumirika. Turia bakwenda tutibaringirite kura betaga go tuira ora bakwenda na kuthithia ora bakwenda okurukia ora bakwenda lakini ibakorokie na bathithia jara tukwenda ende tijara bakwenda. They must listen to the common man. Yes.
Now, bearing in mind that as they listen to the common man, what if these people don't listen? Nothing.
No.
First of all, Roko ina rendiki area ukatel protest.
Yes.
Will go to the streets easily.
No, people will go to the streets. To te avoid going to the streets nonto at this draconian bill ekoreto iroko ya gotorigeria na itakuruki tete akanyeri sheria. Na ikionda kwira protest iri keja over this bill will be worse ke protest iri turonete cha finance bill. No, it is curtailing the freedom ya mwananchi expression ya ku air grievances tiawe kiri thirikari. Na ukateka from history thirikari mostly in Africa, not even in, worldwide, chithikairaga issues cha mwananchi re rira mwananchi ata in the streets riro bathikaira na bakathithira mwananchi akothithia ata akwenda gwatuika na ndi tukwa curtailed kurea gwita to the streets tuthikirwa ire mwananchi akarothikirwa. So a bill tukarwa nayo by all means.
Sure.
Yes.
On the same breath, who is the opposition leader Kenya?
I think it's only the mwananchi. Leaders to tena ma leaders. Nyabara bago purport. They are in opposition. Ipiara tubakoringa. Nonto, for me, I believe in opposition. You should be tiko criticize yake thirikari. What solutions are you offering?
Yeah.
What solutions you offer? What solutions are they offered? Ke issue of finance bill ere rora na Gen Z. I solution ere ko bara offer kere draconian bill ere tidaiji. Ben alternatives, they are not giving us an alternative. I mwananchi yake tu kuona, and I thank mwananchi nonto every day ogeta ke space. Issues are antu iba Quran space bakiarage issues iri ku affect, and that's public participation by the way. Na nkwere if there will be was demonstrations thirikari itanona demonstrations that are being run on social media. Batemiomba. No kapato gitire internet. Yes.
Which is not easy.
Yeah.
Is it possible? Well, it's possible, but for how long can they do that?
They cannot sustain it.
Because inyabo iba kwenda internet.
Inyabo iba kwenda internet ye Quran system ile nyingi ti ya digitalized. Iba kwenda internet ye ku Quran.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Coming down to Meru County. Kwithirite tukiona Kaira Mwangaza na mbere kwithira ikiwa actually nyambere impeachment awe atongeria Meru for 10 years, which means 2 terms. Lentore ayariwa akeni ni ate munya narawire akeni ni ate kokwana kwepawita na kingwa. Do you think Meru County we are already in a 2027 mood as a county?
It's not a county, it's
apart from MPs on Tobateko ya ground. I don't know why mbua watu by the way. Before that, no MPs ba Meru bate ground no.
I don't know. Ngereti yanko research menya. Kwa ndenya ni kugeria kumenya. Bati onoraga tutibonaga.
Actually after finance bill.
I think mtoro jamengi onakana ground imporo wake.
Yeah, probably.
Imporo abori to onaga on the ground. Yeah. But other MPs ibaurere ntijina aba kwa Nairobi banganere, I don't know. But that's a discussion for another day. Egwe kiorio kuragia kia
gubernatorial race. Are we in a race already in Meru?
I think mwananchi wengo is not in that race.
Okay.
Mwananchi nonto okataga, I'll give you an example. Nda umeta mawantu kwera munya around chaga obisi ya PNU no yale mutua mudhara ndarongamire ende kona musafara ndenda kukwata the glimpse na eri backyard yewe atomboko mad even a crowd of 200 people. What does that tell you? Mwananchi wengwa tayari kesi ya saiji leaders yake bakodogania baumira mapema pengine baketho bene gitarira ajaja ya guchiendia ke mwananchi, but baumira ri solution ile kuba kuofa kithina ira mwananchi nacho me mwananchi na thina nyingi muno Phineas na ari chwa mutongeri ro kuofa solution toro kwenda kuga nkeja kuthithia mwananchi atakwenda kuwa nkeja kuthithia imbiumba kututhithiria thai this time ke issues ziri go to affect. So oni orantagete na opportunity nyere nge bagotekie nene ni opportunity ya ku address mathikone ni opportunity ya ku address ke maomborezi ni opportunity ya ku address kire arambe nonto bas MP baure ni onto arambe thai batomba kweja tukorika na iko aretere issues na bati ya gweta arambe ne. So candidates ivoba kumba gwetambi arambe ne iririo. I think icho batiomba ukamwira athithie muchemanio etie muchemanio jojo gecia ge campaign atiomba popular cloud. So kirebo ibo akibe siasa ne but mwananchi aterede gutonya uthai.
Do you think it's too early kinya for them. Nyawe, you have ever ran for a position. Do you think it's too early for mtu kuambiria campaign kutiere over 2.5 years mbere kithurano?
Actually, it's suicidal. Nkaeja na example na umbetekerie na mwere pole gutumira example. Mheshimiwa Kadhara. And I think he learned a lesson. Bereja siasa cha 2017 South Imenti neje te 3 years alia na eja na famous ndawa na ntuba gwata Kadhara ndawa na baina rwawe muno for 3 years mwankona famous lakini mwaka jo siasa jo kinya what happened?
Everybody's
ikurenga nonere. I think barabejele later late and the right time ya siasa na campaign ibari na resources chiao chio tumira na chia kuwa mu overshadow and practically na area overshadowed. The same case ke baba na baba Quran, the two of them, let me say the two of them,
you're good friends.
Kawira mweke kando bro. She is already impeached, she cannot run. She cannot run, she is already impeached.
But
okay, I will explain that. But Mheshimiwa Munya na Mheshimiwa Rentore, they will use resources. Na towards the Egitaria campaign iliongwa 2027, they will have exhausted.
Are you sure?
Ina nauba commit that money. Chikaba sustain for 3 years. Kuringa campaign yeje. Na nkwere any other meeting yoko thithia wena njeshi wena kirinde na campaign wi karagou na antu baba gwiketio benangari ciao, you must refuel their vehicles. Lazima ukabanenkera facilitation iongo.
Facilitation.
You must facilitate them. Ukomba go sustain that for 3 years. And then the actual campaign time yongwa.
Salesio, you are undermining how liquid these people are. You see,
I'm not undermining. Ango taka the current economic status ureka ninda iji. Nongo mbere ko nova kuritambia chana mumero atikumba kumenya na ambia chikurito.
But kumto
whatever they have the resources. Igete kira naga down. Wenda kanorege.
Well, ni omai igete kini ya.
Igete kini yaga. So ati the one that maso igitare ya siasa
tirambe che kwendeka.
Tirambe che kwendeka. That's what I mean.
Now, assuming nanteko anda mpuibonda uanko assuming Kawira will not run, it means then these two inyabe draba tena mbia baba ile it will be the same playing level field unless uenende Mutumanto Edingia will come as a new face.
Mutumanto Edingia after getting sworn in after 15th. I want to tell you for free.
Salesio, are you the one writing the ruling? With a lot of confidence for 15th.
I'm not writing the ruling. But kwena gintu kirakarikire na gyo karikika tigenyo metake presidents eri jurisprudence ere created and it's very clear. An impeached governor, an impeached deputy governor, an impeached deputy president, an impeached president by the Senate. The status quo remains is an impeached person and cannot hold office. Ruling here with the 3 judges.
Wow.
Eunio ripple effect here. You still remain what? That's the status quo. Now kedo no dikirete gamba dede abadi submissions tariki nyanya cha last month. Judge bahati na boragia. What is the status quo? Any on to bound as the status quo remains. So it's status quo require.
Yes.
Yes. And the emphasis is once impeached, you are impeached. So obati gweta continue impeached okagambe gambare yaku impeached.
What are you fighting?
Now your confidence irante nayo. Justice Bahati cannot go contrary ke jurisprudence irera etc. Na wetere na wone akamekuot.
Perfectly said. Mantoyagi impeachment.
Yes.
If at all one senator has impeached you, no could remain impeached, then what do you think Gachagua will go to court for? Maybe benefits are going to because now it's like the ruling of the Senate stands no matter what.
Yes.
The point is, no I impeached when I got that wingi. What would Gachagua make Gachagua go to court? He benefits chair deputy president kana imbibe piongo.
No, kisheria in Kenya once impeached, you lose running for an office
Just
or getting
holding
employment in Kenya for 10 years. So kira you fight for that survival o clean lietwa yaku omba kweja kuthithia atia hold an office later on towards 2027 or any other time. Na etero kona igamba riria Gachagua nukona ina back and forth na high court na court of appeal. Na in a back and forth high court na court of appeal igamba riri rikaed up to the Supreme Court. Uende kanorege igamba riri kathira 2026 towards the end of 2026. Now ni obomba go clean ira Gachagua omba ko run for the office ni onto igamba re impeachment reta high court kana any other court detitari taga the content of the impeachment kana grounds ile ya tumira wa impeached detetaga Gachagua I procedure
ibecheria tiro
ikodhani ya thingatiro ya sheria procedure iriko procedure kulingana na standing orders either chia county assembly or national assembly na chia the senate na procedure chia sheria. And by the way there is a bill coming up na ntijene ke ichereri impeachment bill nijete. I was one of the in that consortium. We were consulted people kuma Meru County, Embu County, Wajir County. Narakunda impeachment tiana happen. So it was 2 people per those counties. To akarande grow with the consultant ura wa enenkiringo ya co draft that. We sat for 5 days na tuaja with the it's there, it's coming. Na ingwetikia bilu ya retwa diria ka clear the air of what impeachment is na process impeachment ure batiko thorekari. Yeah. So court igotaga kitu procedure ira kothi ya tumekere. So kwa tweka kwino kareta evidence ya kuona ni procedure itathingatirwe akitia kwicheunirwe then it cleans you up. Yes.
Wow. So maybe that's what Gachagua is fighting for?
Yes, that's what he is fighting for. Now, going forward, it will be an academic exercise.
Wow.
Yeah.
Parting shot, no kingpin or Meru na no kingpin or Mount Kenya?
What kingpin?
Who was that?
As per the word, meaning of the word kingpin. No, tungakoria re, currently, kiongozi uri kuri o umba kuga no utegeri ukugwatithania Ameru bonde. Na nye events ira chiapenete of recent twetu inawe no twa Ameru barendos ni onto Ameru thaiji but na issues chia kwendozi muntu ari kingpin I solutions chia thina ira
bakwenda.
Yeah. Na yoga taga Mount Kenya is divided. Kiri exercise impeachment ya Gachagua na appointment ya Professor Kithure Kindiki gutwika deputy president. But, so now Ogatega na wait ground by the way. The other day I was in what? 2 weeks ago I was in Laikipia County. A whole weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Ogeta no the talk in bena resentment with the Mount Kenya East. The people of Mount Kenya
West.
Mount Kenya West. So we are already divided. That's a reality. Now tumbo point uga Ojo kana Ojo no kingpin of Mount Kenya.
Nanga kwenda kwenda kingpin wa West na wa East.
That's it. Nanga kuda. Na inya ugatega tha iji teka umba nanga tumwe time. Kindiki atiromba kumira. Na inya ugatega akwa appointed.
But na reduced need the whole as
parliament. That's leadership. That's leadership. Lakini ya mwananchi na inya akwa appointed na sworn in igwa celebrations
ko erunduni
tigana na erunduni ankoria Meru Mount Kenya East Mount Kenya East Meru Tharaka Nithi Embu Isiolo igwa jubilations so still atumwe time tuone kwa komba nawe kustamp authority as the kingpin of Mount Kenya East.
Wena confidence na leadership yake?
Yeah, Kithure Kindiki, yeah, I have confidence in his leadership. I have no doubt. The few moments I've interacted with him, I know he's a hands-on man.
Kunende when nya confidence ke the president?
Not yet.
You can separate the two.
I can separate in person. In person. In person. nonto President Ruto na aumirite muno gwatuika ni mtukufu lies gwatuika we jara maingi gutwira ndote actions jate kuingwa people are tired I better akatel kwaria na kwaja na promises ambire kurita ngome.
Sure, thank you. Kwenda tuthira tukirika irio lakini ri imbiki tobokea rikia muno bokiwa kwa mtoboko endekethia thira kya ya deputy wa want I think if at all Yambarika ruled in his favor. Who is that? Are you in support?
Yes, I'm very much in support of Dr. Julius Bijewe mheshimiwa kutoka deputy governor want I think he has all what it takes and a qualification academics and and experience ya administration ambete kuthurwa aranite kitikia mwangandia for 10 years achoka egitare una aranaga committee very important the budget committee
yes
irera anaga projects tion the chamero so an experience iria eku needed and the political connection na komba kugwatithania gutethia mutuma kugwatithania Meru County owikari marureja tuga ijangana ijadatu akomba kumutetheria kugwatithania Meru na ingwitikia also are na that intelligence akomba tetheria mutuma kureta investors baraba matukire na baraba etre ni untu ingwitikia na kumba ku command the language na imtu approachable by the way I don't know you have interacted with him several times mheshimiwa Julius Bijewe is a person you can approach at any moment imtu tigino aganto na imtu ije kuthikira anto na this is the leadership we want.
Yes. Sure. Thank you so much. Nyano ntuba kwithira ukiona akanya na kwatana na batu. Ambethere mbone kithira we na omtata bukethira bukika kia bill kana bukareana na rendekithia riri ya Geoffrey Ruku.
Very soon twaraganare.
Muthere. Na ndaike kathira. Whom do you think is the best performing senator? Kisii senator?
Currently Onyonka I give him an A. Yes.
Wow. Perfect. Where do you rank Meru senator out of 47?
Out of 47, I think he is in top 10 on to nombete ku introduce various bills. Na kwe na biuria bia Meru County bia affected issues tia Meru County no ragia mono na get your statement na kanenkero na ichi assistaga mo Meru ku internalize na kuchua solution ya thina iriria.
Namesake kwake ya namba mbi okio mtata. Is the namesake?
I'll give him number 3.
Number 3.
Yes.
Who is number 2 now?
Number 2 is Sifuna.
Perfect.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. Mutegea ntu kutatuika irakatanta kiro rwetu mantu yege siasa na kinyoto ngeria na kinya bill ya Geoffrey Ruku ni onto tuketa tukiria taira mno actually SALESIO to mo engage mno tumeora exactly bakethira bakitha kionto protest ichia ingwa I don't know what will happen because no better nyapa ita mitandao pakoti ku hold the spaces ringi you never know. Anoto kutatuika irakatanta lakini ona chekinya tha mwanja tukatana non tupande to chero tha mugwanja.